A lot of women think that they just need another diet, and what they don't realize is that another diet isn't going to fix it.
I have tried many things before.
Every diet in the world, I guess.
I've tried literally everything. I just never lost the weight.
Women blame themselves. They think that it's my fault that I can't stick to a diet, and it's not. And when you go and you look at these wounds and you heal those traumas, that's when you can actually release the weight, and that's when it becomes really easy to be your ideal weight.
Before meeting Brittany, I had tried other weight loss tricks. I had kind of like given up on that. So I was just going along in life, but feeling kind of stuck. And that's when I discovered Brittany.
I really appreciate Brittany's all-in approach in working with people who have subconscious blocks around food and eating.
I can just enjoy what I want and not stuff myself like I'm never gonna have it again.
She truly loves us and she truly wants us to heal.
And these are women that have struggled with addiction for 30, 40, 50 years, and in 3 months, they will not have one addictive craving.
Once you start working with Brittany, your goal is for the weight loss, but then in the end, that's not your goal. It's more about discovering yourself.
I have seen such a difference in the way that I feel about myself. Through her work, I've got permission to love myself.
Healing of emotional hurts from younger years just vanished.
And because of Brittany and her program, for the first time in my life, I feel like I am awesome.
She has a way of teaching you how to know where to go next.
I have grown so much.
It's a journey, and her program really helps with that and helps you realize that you're worth it. Brittany's the gal to go to. It's totally life-changing.
I want to hear how last night went. So there's a good group of you on today. I think, we maybe just had like 200. So there's almost all of you came back today, which is awesome. I would love to know what happened after you left. We did the tapping together for food cravings, and we talked about the hippocampus. We talked about the pleasure and pain signals. We talked about how to sever the ties to emotional eating and food cravings by interrupting those 12 different signals. We talked about the different types of trauma and how trauma shows up on your body as extra weight, right? I also showed you how to stop food cravings with the ball of light. So my challenge for you was to keep the food in the house. So we did this yesterday in the morning if you're in America. And so you had the whole day. You had the whole day and you had the whole night. You had the witching hour, right, at night to notice what happened with the food craving, with the thing that you tapped on. So I would love to hear what happened for you. So just type in the chat just so I can feel a little connection with you. Oh, we've got even more people jumping on. Awesome. If you just jumped on, you didn't miss anything. We've been having tech problems, so you are right on time. Okay, I am extremely tired. I didn't feel like eating. I didn't eat any ice cream. Oh my God, that's amazing. Okay. Whoa, the comments. You guys are so chatty. I love it. Thank you so much. Exhausted, very conscious of what I ate. Some memories came up. I didn't eat my toast. I didn't eat anything beyond my dinner. Okay, so this is my question to you. Did you guys see this spill over into some of the bad habits that you get into at night? So like maybe you tapped on chocolate in the morning and then you just felt more satisfied. You didn't overeat as much during the day. Maybe you ate a little bit less at lunch and dinner. Maybe you didn't do that snacking, or the other thing is that you did even more snacking. Okay, I want to hear, there's no right or wrong answer here. I want to hear from everybody. Okay, Jackie said I ended up eating it later in the day. Cool, we'll talk about that today. Well, the soda wasn't screaming, drink me from the fridge all night long. It felt great not to be controlled. I love that, Lisa. That is exactly what food does to you. Christy says I didn't need the chocolate. I didn't eat it. Bridget said I've had no more cravings since my first tapathon. Amazing. I got through without hunger issues. I went to the supermarket and for the first time ever, I didn't buy anything sweet and I have no sweet cravings at all today. Awesome. Awesome. And so this is exactly how these processes work, is that even though we just worked on that one food, there's kind of this spillover effect that happens for the rest of your day. So you really set yourself up every day to have a lot of success. I did eat less of the bad stuff. Awesome. I made a large bowl of popcorn for a group, but didn't even desire to eat any. Before I would have eaten most of it. Oh, wow, Michelle, thank you so much for sharing that. Oh my gosh, there's so many of you guys that are sharing your I wanted to binge for dinner, but I didn't. Wow, great, Abigail. Tired and no interest. Okay, Julie said there's more snacking. Okay, so most of you had really positive results, which is amazing. I have not had a craving for the last 3 days when I did the Ball of Light Tapathon. In the replay, I am in shock. Awesome. Darlene says junk food tastes differently. Amazing. Okay. Thank you guys for sharing and for being so active in the chat. It really helps me feel like I'm not just talking to myself in my office. And so, I can tell from the chats that you guys feel really good right now. Like you had a big success yesterday, right? The results stuck. You're getting, even better results. You're having this spillover effect. You're not wanting to eat dinner. You're not wanting to snack. But let me tell you the very best thing that you could do for yourself right now. It's to keep working with me. Do you want to know why? Because what happens after this, after you get off this call, is that you're going to start to do the work yourself, but something will happen. You'll get stuck. You'll get confused. Your saboteur might come to the surface. And all of a sudden that spirals into days and weeks where you don't do anything and you lose that momentum. You lose that motivation. Okay. That's the reality. That's the reality. We're going to dive into self-sabotage today. But I'm just telling you this because I want you to know what to expect after this. I've been doing this for more than a decade. There has never been somebody who I have not been able to help. It just hasn't happened yet. Okay. So I just want to be upfront with you and honest about that. So today I want to talk about self-sabotage, and we're going to get there by kind of going through what we learned yesterday. So yesterday you learned that there are 12 different signals that cause your brain to make you want to eat when you're not really hungry, right? So if that's true, what are these 12 signals doing? What are these 12 signals doing? They're sabotaging you, right? They're sabotaging your success. So some people have all 12 of these signals, and some people only have 6 or 7. I could spend an entire week talking to you about self-sabotage and how to cut all the ties to self-sabotage. But for today, I'm going to do something that I normally only do with my private clients and the students in my Think and Thin Thrive program. If you're the type of person that's ever thought like, okay, I'm doing all the right things. I'm eating well, I'm exercising. Maybe you even started tapping with me. But you always find yourself taking 2 steps back when you take a big step forward. Who's like that? Say yes in the chat if this is you. You read all the books, you take all the classes, maybe you're even in my programs, you're a student of mine, and you feel like you should have success right now, but you don't. What do you think is missing? Type in the chat, what do you think is missing? You have all the information, right? What is missing? Okay, Claire says drive, total commitment, self-control, daily guidance, love for myself, support, consistency, motivation, and discipline, belief, support. Okay, good. You're close. You're close. You have blind spots and you have nobody to help you see them. Okay. No, we have 175 people here today. And I want you to think about if you're willing to talk to me today and share your personal history. If you're willing to be vulnerable in front of the group, if you're willing to be on camera, and share some really maybe sensitive or vulnerable topics, this will kind of be like working one-on-one with me. People who do this find it really, really valuable. So I want you to raise your hand if you're willing to get on camera and if you're willing to talk to me about this, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to help one or two of you see your blind spots. Okay. Please have good lighting. Please be willing to be on camera. Please have a decent connection. So I can't handle any more tech issues today. Because, there's always a payoff, right? When we're talking about weight, the weight is doing something for you. It thinks it's protecting you from something. Okay? Our brain's main job is survival. Okay, remember the hippocampus that we were talking about yesterday? It's constantly recalling memories and traumas from the past, and it's sending signals to the pain and pleasure centers, and it's causing us to seek comfort in food to feel safe, even when we aren't physically hungry, right? If you felt 100% safe to lose weight, if your brain thought that the only way for you to survive is to have a fit, healthy body, you would have a fit, healthy body. That's the reality. This is just a software problem. Okay. I want you guys to understand this because this is a really complicated topic that I have spent more than a decade working to simplify. Okay. Not only in how I help you with this, but in also how I explain it to you so that you understand that this isn't as complicated. I know it's been complicated. I know it's been hard your whole life. It has been the one thing. I bet you're motivated. I bet you're successful. I bet you're successful in almost everything you do. This is probably the one area of your life that you're not successful in, or that you feel like you're not successful in. Who's yes? Who says yes to that? Who is like, why the fuck can't I figure this out? This is just a software problem. Okay, you know how your computer will tell you it needs an update and you update it and then it runs properly and it stops shorting out and it stops crashing? This is a software problem. Your brain needs an update. And maybe at some point in a couple years from now, it's looking like it's going to happen a lot sooner than we thought. AI will probably figure out how to do this for you in the future. But for right now, I want you to think about me like I'm your personal AI. I have the codes that you need for your brain to do the update. And I can give them to you. All you have to do is take them and plug them in. It's that simple. It's that simple. But what's really interesting is I've seen this happen. I've seen this happen several times. You know, when people who struggle with their weight their whole life, do you know when they can finally lose weight without my help or without the help of anything else? Guess when it is. When do you think it is? Type it in the chat. It's when a doctor tells them they're going to die. How fucking crazy is that? It has to be life or death for your brain to release weight. I have seen it so many times. They can't get success. They can't get success. They can't get success. As soon as the doctor says, you have a big problem, and if you don't lose weight, you're going to die. They come to me, they do everything. They follow the program perfectly. The first time they come in, they can't do it. They're sabotaging. Oh, Brittany, I can't follow it. I forget to tap. They're full of all these excuses. Doctor tells them they're going to die if they don't lose the weight. They are the best fucking student. They do every single module perfectly. And guess what? They lose weight. How nuts is that? It's got to be life or death. Or you could learn how your brain works and you could sever the ties and finally tell your subconscious mind, it's safe now. It's safe to release this weight. So who's ready to do that with me? Who wants to do an analysis with me? The last time I did this, I haven't done this a whole lot live. So, you know, there's always a bit of randomness to this. The last time I did this, I was working with, or I just so happened to pick a student who, she's been teaching tapping for 15 years. She was a student of mine in the 6-week program. And I mean, I didn't know this. I didn't know her. I just randomly picked her. And, you know, she'd been through all the modules. She finished the program. She's like, Brittany, I feel like I know exactly, you know, what you teach. And I just can't figure out why I'm so stuck. And it took me 6 minutes to figure out why. She had completely suppressed a memory. And once we dug it up, she was able to tap on it with my team in the Thrive program. And she finally released her extra weight. I think it only took her like 60 days. So that is the power of what we can do today. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have the same success with you guys. I hope so. This is one of the things that I do really well. So yeah, let me help you see your blind spots. Okay. All right. So I'm going down the list. Abigail, Meg, Dory, Tammy, Steph, Denise, Josie, and Leanne. Okay, I'm going to take Abigail and I'm going to take Leanne. I'm going to promote you guys to panelists. And so your video will pop on.
Try it again.
See if that works. Yep.
Continue.
Here we go.
I think just give it a second. Hi. Sorry.
Hi, how are you?
Good. It's just after 3 a.m. here, so please excuse the bedhead.
Oh, okay. Abigail, hang on with me 1 second, Leanne. Abigail, I just promoted you to co-host. So hopefully you can, there we go. Hi.
Hi, Abigail.
Thank you guys for being willing to get on camera. I'm going to take, let's see, I'm going to take Leanne. Let's chat first and then Abigail will do you second. Leanne, are you in my 6-week program by chance?
Yes, I've done module 1 and yeah, I'm about to start module 2.
Great. Okay, so tell me what it is you're struggling with. What in your opinion, what do you think the biggest issue is?
It's definitely self-sabotage, and I'm definitely an emotional eater. Absolutely an emotional eater. Yep.
Okay. So how do you know you're an emotional eater?
Because it doesn't matter what it is. If I try it again.
See if that works. Yep.
Continue.
Here we go.
I think just give it a second. Hi. Sorry.
Hi, how are you?
Good. It's just after 3 a.m. here, so please excuse the bedhead.
Oh, okay. Abigail, hang on with me 1 second, Leanne. Abigail, I just promoted you to co-host. So hopefully you can, there we go. Hi.
Hi, Abigail.
Thank you guys for being willing to get on camera. I'm going to take, let's see, I'm going to take Leanne. Let's chat first and then Abigail will do you second. Leanne, are you in my 6-week program by chance?
Yes, I've done module 1 and yeah, I'm about to start module 2.
Great. Okay, so tell me what it is you're struggling with. What in your opinion, what do you think the biggest issue is?
It's definitely self-sabotage, and I'm definitely an emotional eater. Absolutely an emotional eater. Yep.
Okay. So how do you know you're an emotional eater?
Because it doesn't matter what it is. If I don't have a specific food, I don't care if it's salty or sweet, or when I get in that state, I just want to feel a perceived empty space. I just keep going until I'm full.
Okay. So when you say, when I get to that space, what does that space mean?
that I don't, that there's just, it feels like an emptiness that I'm trying to fill. It's it's my emotional reaction. There's something missing. I don't want to process that emotion. I want to fill it. I want to smother it, push it aside, and I do that with food.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I resonate with you. I think a lot of people, I can see on the chat, there's so many people saying, oh my gosh, same for me. Thank you for naming that. And I want to congratulate you on your self-awareness of that, because there's a lot of people that do this and they do that behavior and they can't control it, but they're not aware of it. And they just think like, oh, I just don't know why I can't follow a diet. I don't know why I can't lose weight. Right. But at least you know, so you're in the conscious incompetence part, which to take the step from unconscious to conscious incompetence, that's a really big step. You've probably read a lot of books. You've probably been working on this for a really long time.
I have, but it took doing your 7-day program to bring it into my conscious mind. So to go from unconscious to conscious, and now I'm like, I almost want to run back to it. I'd like run away from it, but I can't anymore. It's triggered. I can't run away from it. It's there. It's both in conscious and unconscious. And so thank you. That huge shift. Hubby was at work and I just laid in bed and bawled my eyes out for about an hour once I made the connection and the connection with my authority figures. So, so that's been absolutely huge for me. And I'm 57. I've been struggling with my weight my entire life. You name a diet or a program or it's whatever, I've done it. And I've failed, but I'm stopping that. I'm a failure. I'm stopping and treating myself as a failure. I'm a work in progress. I'm a work in progress. And yeah. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Gosh, Leanne, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. Honestly, I'm filled with goosebumps right now. I don't know if you guys can see. Because that's why I do this. That's why I do this. I am so happy that challenge helped you bring the unconscious conscious and helped shed some light to what may be going on. Okay, so I have a better sense of you now. So my question is, you said I've been struggling with my weight my whole life. Every diet I've tried it. If you think back to when you were a kid, when you were a teenager, some people will say like, oh yeah, I felt fat my whole life. But like, when you look at photos of yourself, like you weren't really, maybe you thought you were fat, but you actually weren't.
I was very solid. I was solid. I've always been.
Right. So we all have different body shapes, right? Like my dad's a 6'5" football player. My sister and I have these huge shoulders and backs. Like I can't help that. My frame is just big. I went to, let's see, I was traveling a couple years ago. I was in Vietnam and one of my girlfriends was there and she was taking me to all these stores to try on clothes and I was trying on large and extra large. I'm like, what is happening? Like, oh my God. And I felt so, this was more like probably 10 years ago now. And so I felt so bad about myself. I hadn't really, figured out all of this that I'm teaching you guys now. And then all of a sudden after that, we went to Amsterdam and I landed in Amsterdam and I looked around at all these women. Every woman is at least 5'9" and has shoulders like me. And I was like, oh my God, this is where my genetics are from. This is right. So there's a difference between body shape, body type, and extra weight. So if you think back to the photos that you've seen of yourself over your life, when do you think you actually started to put weight on?
10 or 11. Once I hit puberty, started into puberty, it went, it just kept going on and on and on. And that's when I started being taken to endocrinologists and dietitians and that whole, put on a diet. But I was extremely active, but I still kept the weight on. Like I still kept putting it on. But when I hit late teens, I was sexually abused and I felt safe the more I put on. I had a controlling ex-husband. As I put weight on, it pushed him away, which is definitely fine now. And then at 22, I was raped again. So it was like more and more and more. And on top of that, they found I have endocrine problems. I had 5 years ago, I had 38 kilos of ovarian tumors removed, and I still have one which they and I've still got one which is 12 kilos, but I died on the operating table, so they won't operate on me again unless it's life-threatening. So I do have medical, like diabetic. Well, yeah, you know, go down once you go diabetic. I have PCOS or that's what we call it here in Australia, PCOS, and endometriosis, along with, and then the more weight I put on, the safer I felt for relationships, because it pushed people, not just romantic relationships, but relationships with people, push them away.
Yeah.
And of course, then I started getting you're a dumb fat girl. Like, you don't know anything. You're not intelligent. If you were intelligent, you would be able to stop eating and lose that weight. So I've got all these outside things kind of talking to my internal issues, my internal fears and beliefs, that when I started putting my about 9, 10, 11, my dad said something to me, and to this day I can remember it. It's like, if you keep eating, you'll end up like your auntie. Now, one of my aunties was overweight, and she is my favorite person in the world. Like, she's like a big sister to me, literally. And I couldn't understand what was wrong with that. So I became a rebel. Am I fitting all your
Wow, Leanne. I you know what, I can tell. First of all, I'm so sorry about everything that you have gone through, and I just want you to know my heart goes out to you, and I'm so glad that you found this community, and you found information that's helping you. And I can tell by the things that you're telling me that you're kind of helping me do the analysis because of all the things you've learned. I can tell you paying it. No, it's great. You've been paying attention. You went to the 7 days. I think you did all 7 days, because you learned everything. Yeah, I can tell you did all 7 days.
It brought up so many things.
Yeah. So the first thing that came to mind is that when people have a lot of issues with their womb and their sexual organs, that usually points to sexual trauma. There's usually some sort of sexual trauma, and scientifically, 100% of obese people have been sexually assaulted. Okay. Now, you said that this happened to you when you were in high school and then again in your 20s. I just want you to think and let your intuition kind of answer this for you. I'm just curious if there's anything that may have happened to you earlier on that maybe you're suppressing that you don't remember.
I started doing this the middle of January, the 16th of January. I have lost 11 pounds since then.
This shit works.
I've lost 2 dress sizes and I'm losing more.
I don't have emotional eating or cravings anymore.
I've lost 2 pounds this week.
I am centered, safe in my body, lost weight, kept it off.
I'm wearing clothes that I haven't worn in 2 years. And people at church are commenting, "Oh, you're losing weight. You're looking good." And I'm like, yeah, I feel good in everything. It's just awesome.
And during this time, I've lost 18 kilos. The weight loss is just a bonus. I'm a much more confident, calm, happy person altogether than I've ever been in my entire life. And fitness-wise, you know, I'm fitter now at 40 than I was when I was 20.
I've managed to lose 45 pounds. It's just been so life-changing for me.
Could not have done this of my own volition. And this time, though, the difference is I look in the mirror and I go, hey, I like what I see.
I haven't been able to break the block of the rest of my weight, and I've dealt with chronic bloating. And I've worked with all nutritionists, doctors, probiotics, like vegan, whatever. That is a sign that I am in the right place. First time in my life. There's just nothing to hate on.
Okay, so I just want to tell you the pain in the ass thing about working with me. Okay. This is something that a lot of people don't like, right? Which I like to just be upfront about. I'm not going to give you a list. I'm not going to tell you what foods to eat. I'm not going to give you a meal plan. I'm not going to give you detoxes to follow. In fact, if you talk to me about what you ate or what foods you're eating or what your meal plan is, you will see a different side of me because, well, it doesn't matter why. That's not what I do. Okay. Some of you feel safer with programs like that tell you what to eat and what to do like that. And so this might be a deal breaker, and I just want to be upfront about it. For me, I need you to get results quickly, and focusing on what foods you should and shouldn't eat, or what pills to take, or what detoxes won't get you there. It won't get you the permanent weight loss that I'm wanting you to have. Okay, some of you like that structure, and I know you just want to know, like, okay, what can I eat? Please tell me, but I'm not offering that. It's not what I do. And there are plenty of people that would be happy to tell you what to eat and what pills to take and what shakes to do. I'm just not one of them. And if I happen to come across somebody who creates the transformation that I provide and gives you meal plans, I will tell you about it. I will refer you. Okay, so here's how it's going to go when we work together. We're going to take it week by week. Okay, you come in, I teach you something, you do something, I'll teach you something, you do something. Does anyone ever do projects at home? You know, the like DIY stuff. So here's the thing that you need to know if you're going to join the program. I'm Home Depot. Brittany, what are you talking about? So what that means is that I have every tool that you would possibly need to complete any job. But when you come in, I don't want you wandering up and down the aisles searching for where's this? Should I go use this? What should I do? Does anybody ever do that? You go to Home Depot, you are freaking lost. You got to track the guy down. You got to ask him to pull this thing down. Is that what I should use? That's not going to happen here. Okay. You're going to join and you're going to tell me, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build a birdhouse. And I'm going to say, okay, fantastic. I want you to go to aisle 12, grab that hammer. You're going to bring me that hammer. And then I'm going to say, hammer that 4 times and then come back to me. Okay. You come back to me the next week and I say, okay, good. Go put the hammer back. Now go to aisle 18. And we're just going to keep doing that until your birdhouse is done. You're not wandering up and down the aisle, wondering where stuff is and how you're going to get it. Does anybody appreciate that? How does that sound? Does anybody ever join something and there's like all this stuff coming at you and you're like, where do I start? What's the best way to do this? You're not sure what to focus on. We don't do that. I'm going to tell you, let's just do this one thing this week. That's all you're going to do. And then you're going to come back to me the next week and I'll give you the next step. Does anyone appreciate the simplicity of that? Overwhelm does suck. One bite at a time. Write this down. The truth is always simple. It's lies that are complicated. If anyone feels like, oh man, this is too simple, it's because it's the truth. In your everyday life, how do you know someone is lying to you? How do you know he cheated? Because it doesn't make sense, right? It's always this complicated story with all these details that are confusing. The truth is always simple, you guys. Same here. 12 years, 469,000 women. No one does anything unsuccessfully for more than a decade. The truth is always simple. Can you see how simplicity would make it easier for you to sustain this? If I say, hey, Abigail, okay, you want to work on this tribal trauma? Great. Let's just do this one thing. That's it. That's all you have all week to do it. I just want you to focus on this one thing. And then we do that together for 3 months. It's one thing. It's one thing at a time. Can anyone not see at the end of 3 months, not only losing weight, but remember, losing weight's not the goal, right? We're working together during those 3 months on the root cause so that the weight that you've lost is permanent weight loss. That's the difference. Can you see how much easier it is? Does this make sense? Okay. So I want to officially invite you to the Think and Thin Thrive program. Okay. Stop eating emotionally in 90 days, guaranteed. This is the exact program that all the people in these videos that you've been watching have gone through. This is the program I'm known for. And I'm trying something brand new. So I'm only taking a small group of 12 people. We have, let's see, we've got 200 and how many people we got on this call? We've got 200 people on this call and we have another 800 people that are going to get the replay of this. I'm taking 12 people, you guys. I want you to understand this. And I'm going to tell you more about what we're going to do together in a minute. So I just want you to know right now that you have 2 days after this is over to make your final decision, which means that you have until midnight Friday Eastern time to talk to whoever you need to talk to mull it over, feel your intuition, however you make decisions. Okay. But this is just a disclaimer. If the 12 spots sell out before Friday, I'm not going to make more room. Okay, I'm testing something brand new and I only want 12 people to join me. That's all the space we have right now. Okay, I will offer this again, but it'll probably be at full price. And I have a team in Europe that's gonna be awake at 12 a.m. in the morning on Friday. So they're gonna take this down. Okay, so in a minute, I'm gonna go over any questions, comments, concerns you have, and I'm also gonna tell you the price and how you can make payments if necessary. We're gonna go over all those details shortly. Most women, when they come through my Thrive program, they get rid of all their food cravings in the first month. Never to be seen again. The next thing that happens in 2 to 3 months is all your emotional eating, your craving, snacking at night disappears. Permanently, it doesn't come back. So here's the way it works. You join the program, you come in, you make the moves. If you spend the entire first 2 months making the moves and you don't get results, just turn your homework into me and I'll give you all your money back. No questions asked. It's that simple. I believe in this program so much that I'm willing to take all the risk. You guys could screw me. You could go through the entire program. You can get everything you want. You can stop your cravings, end emotional eating, lose weight. You come to me and say, I didn't get my results. Here's my homework. I have made it foolproof as possible. If it doesn't work, we didn't earn your money. No problem. Because once you're inside this program, there's nothing for you to think about. I've already done all the thinking for you. All you have to do is show up. Okay, so how many of you are thinking, we talked about this earlier about how people get stuck or you lose motivation when you buy an online program. And this really frustrates me, right? It frustrates me when people have the answers in their hands and they have the solution, which is, I've been doing this for a decade. I don't need to prove that it works. It works. They have the solution in their hands and then they don't follow through with it. Who has that fear that this will just be another thing I buy and then I won't follow through with it? Okay, so I'm going to answer that question in a minute and I'm going to share some gifts with you. Because we didn't always have this. What I decided is that this is something that could be really beneficial for you guys because I am 100% committed to having every single person that goes through my program have success. I'm committed to 100% success rate. So me and my team, we get together. You know what we talk about? How to make you more successful. That is literally what we talk about. And you guys, I don't know how long I'm going to have this because like I said, this is a new thing that I'm trying, but I can promise it to you for this round if you guys sign up. Okay, so bonus number 1, it's your personal progress partner. You said personal progress partner, what's that? Okay, so my personal progress partner is my right hand. Everybody write down personal progress partner. Their sole purpose is to turn your problems into progress. Like I said, I haven't always included this and we're adding it back in for this round. So when you join in this round only, you're going to have a personal progress partner. What does that mean? Personal progress partner means that you're going to have somebody who their sole existence is to wake up every day and make sure you're on track. That's it. They check in with you, they motivate you, they help you when you're stuck, and they hold you accountable. They answer questions, they answer comments, they answer concerns you have. They will make sure that you have answers. Their whole job is to make sure that if you choose to do this for yourself, this is the last thing you ever need. That's their only job. They have no other job. That's it. Okay, show of hands. How many of you guys agree that one of the biggest issues you've had in the past is that you start something because you're motivated, you're inspired, or maybe you're even a little pissed off. You make a decision, you're like, okay, I'm going to do something about this. And then some time passes, maybe it's a week, maybe it's a month, maybe it's 6 months, and you're just not motivated, right? You kind of fall off. Why? Because you're the only one who knows what you're doing. You're the only one that's keeping you on track. Sometimes even your spouse doesn't know what you're doing. Maybe you mentioned something, but they're not checking in with you regularly. That's not going to happen anymore. When you get your personal progress partner, their entire existence is they wake up, I wonder how Katie's doing today. That is their only job. How many of you guys would agree that if you had somebody whose sole existence, like for instance, J-Lo, do you ever think like, oh my God, how does she look like that? She's 50. How does she look like that? Well, yeah, it's pretty easy when you hire somebody whose sole job is to cook their food, make sure they work out, make sure they do everything right every single day. If that's someone else's sole job, how could you fail? That's why they look like that. So now you can have that too. Do the work, because if you make the moves, you get the results. Nobody who's made the moves has ever failed. Your personal progress partner will make sure that you're there and that you will make those moves. And if anytime you get stuck, if you have a problem, they turn your problems into progress. Y'all, you couldn't pay your mama. How much do you think you'd have to pay your mom to call and check in on you every day? She wouldn't do this. She's not going to personally progress partner you for nothing. You're lucky maybe a week she calls you every day. So how much does something like this, how much do you think this would cost? Right? I know for J-Lo, it costs a small fortune. It costs you nothing because I'm taking care of that cost for you. So everybody write down personal progress partner, because when you leave here, you can tell your spouse, whoever you check finances with, this is the last time I've ever needed anything because I'm good to go. That's what a personal progress partner does. Okay? Does that answer your question? Tell me in the chat if that answers your question. Bonus number 2 is transformation tune-ups. Transformation tune-ups is a set of audios and tap-alongs for those moments that come out of nowhere. Someone brings home a big cake. There's a party you have to go to. You got out on a date. You're at work and you didn't pack a lunch. And it kicks off this downward spiral, right? How many of you had that experience, right? It's for those moments that you know hit you. Like when everybody goes to sleep and you can't stop eating everything in the pantry, right? Or you're going to visit your family and you know you're not going to stop eating all the food when you're there. How many of you guys experienced this in the past? It's for those moments in everyday life that just spiral you out of control. That's not going to happen anymore because now you have transformation tune-ups, which is basically just like having me in your pocket. So you can go out, you can enjoy the party, you can have the drinks, you can visit your family, you can be in the world and enjoy the world. Because any unexpected moment pops up, you've got me in your pocket. I give you the taps just like we did yesterday. I created this so that you don't ever have to fall off track. 12 years, 247,469 women. I've already figured this out for you. Okay, I'm going to tell you about a third bonus. The next bonus, this is one of my favorites. So I'm going to give you guys 5 tools and something that I call Waistline Wonders, which is basically the most powerful fat loss hacks program. It's all the fat loss hacks that I learned dating a bodybuilder, dating 2 different bodybuilders. Because what happens is that once you sever the emotional ties in the response to food, you no longer have those cravings. You don't eat at night. Your body knows it's safe to be thin. Well, there are 5 tools that are necessary for you to not lose weight, but to lose fat. Because cancer patients lose weight, you want to lose fat. So I've put together those tools for you. And the first one, which is one of my absolute favorites, is Lose 10 Pounds in a Bottle. It's a supplement that every time I stop taking this supplement, I gain 10 pounds. And that's what our students tell us too. So I'm not going to go into everything. Your personal progress partner will tell you when it's the right time for you to get started on this, but you've got to work through the other stuff first. So again, I don't know, you guys, if I'm ever going to be able to offer this program at this price again with these bonuses. Okay. I'm trying something new. And again, there's no promises on if I'm ever going to offer this again. I just want to put that out there. Okay. The last bonus that I'm going to talk about today is the study buddies, because everything is more fun with friends. So what if you could meet and learn with people that are just like you? What if every week, instead of listening to the module alone, you could tune in and listen with a group of friends and a coach who could guide you through that week's material? How do you think that would make a difference in your motivation levels? You've got a coach there. They can answer your questions. They can help you see your blind spots. What if every single week you had a group of friends that you couldn't wait to check in with? The Thrive community becomes so tight as you guys meet each other, as you go through the program together. This is how you really solidify your relationships with each other. And y'all are cool. Like like attracts like. You guys, I mean, I talked a little bit about the empaths and being a highly sensitive person. You guys are very similar. You're studying cool things. You're reading cool books. You're going on cool trips. You're starting interesting projects. This becomes a community of family, which it really surprised me the first year. I had no idea that women were so thirsty for other women in their lives. I had no idea how bonding this part of the program would be for so many women. We're so isolated now. We're more isolated than ever. And we're not meant to live alone. We're meant to live in tribes. We thrive in tribes. So I want you to think about the Thrive program like your own personal tribe. You will have a community of women who understand you. They are like you, and they are also wanting that connection and that closeness with you. You don't have to be worried. Oh, I don't know if Susan's going to text me back or not. She's going to text you back. She wants to. We have so many women that report meeting their new best friends in this program. They celebrate holidays together. They travel together. This is my favorite part of the program. Okay. So the investment for your last day to ever struggle with emotional eating ever again is just $3,000. Okay. And as I say that price, you can feel y'all booties getting a little tight. You can see some comments like, oh my God, I don't know how I can come up with that money. I thought this was going to be free. Okay. In a minute, I'm going to share some special discounts that I'm offering the 6-week students and some special bonuses or some special discounts that I'm offering, a discount code and a payment plan. This is probably the best payment plan I've ever had before. So the question now is it expensive? Well, I don't know, because expense is relative, right? It depends on what you're going to receive. And you have to determine for yourself what having a body you're confident in, having unwavering self-esteem, dating again, being healthy, reigniting your relationship, running without pain, being a good example to your children. You have to decide, is that worth it to you? Would you rather have those things or $3,000? Right? Because you're going to make $3,000 regardless, right? How many of you know how much you'll make this year? I think most of us do, right? You can't get a mortgage or even a rent if you don't know how much money you're going to make every month. Okay, so you know for certain that you're going to get $3,000. It's going to come to you regardless. Okay? So let me ask you something. Next year, a year from today, will that $3,000 that you get paid next month, will that $3,000 be in your bank account? You may have $3,000 in your bank account, but will that $3,000 be in your bank account? Probably not, right? So that means you will have spent $3,000 on something. So the question is that $3,000 that you spent, is that going to give you more of something that matters? Or is it going to give you more of something that doesn't matter? Because that money is going to be spent regardless. It's going to come in and out of your bank account. The question is, what am I going to spend it on? And what I choose to spend it on, will it really make a difference in my life a year from now? And I can't answer that for you. But what I can tell you is for more than a decade, I've helped 469 women make that choice. And they feel, I can't tell you how to feel, but they come back to me and tell me that it was the best decision they ever made. And if they were given the chance, they would do it all over again. They'd do it twice as fast and they'd pay twice as much. Because let me tell you, there is no price on how you feel. How you show up in this world, it affects everything we do. Okay, so I'm going to give you the link to reserve your spot soon. But before I do that, I wanted to share the special discount, okay? So the good news is you don't have to come up with $3,000 right now, because right now for this class only, I'm dropping $800 off the price when you pay in full, making it only $2,200. And if you're a student, you can apply the entire $300 that you paid for the 6-week program towards the cost of the Thrive program by using a code that I'm going to share with you in a minute. And I know some of y'all only paid $200 for it, but that's okay. I'm giving you $300 towards the price of the program. So that makes it $1,900 if you're a student in the 6-week program. For those of you who prefer even smaller payments, there's now a financing option. We're working with a company called Klarna. And I think it's for US citizens only. You can do a financing option that starts as low as $100 a month. Okay, so I'm going to put the link in the chat here for you guys to join. Remember, you got 2 days or 12 people. The code for the, hold on. The code for the 6-week students is student. Okay, that's going to drop $300 off the price. And you guys, we're going to check and make sure that you are an actual 6-week student. Okay, so I don't want you, you know, using that code if you haven't actually applied the $300 towards the 6-week program. Okay, who has questions? Who has questions? I am here to answer your questions. I will stay on as long as you have questions. This is your time to ask questions. Yes, it's the 6-week Think and Thin program. You paid it last night. You get a $300 credit towards the cost of this. You're welcome. Yes, the 6-week program still does exist. Devanya, I only have 2 programs. I have the 6-week program and I have the Thrive program. And then you can get one-on-one coaching. You get access to a coach. You get access to a personal progress partner. You get small groups. You get small group tapping. If you want access to one-on-one coaching, there's a special offer for the 12 people that join. You get it at my cost, basically, which I've never done before. The Thrive program is 3 months, is 90 days. It's a 90-day program. The 6-week program is only 6 weeks. The coaching with me, so there's a lot of other bonuses that are in the program that I'm not going to talk to you about because it's just overwhelming. So I talked to you about the highlights of it, but in that program, you get access to me on a laser coaching call twice a month. Yes, it's $1,900. How do we make sure we're signing up for the 12-person Thrive program? You just go to that link, click the link and sign up. Put the student code in if you're a student and you get that $300 discount. You get access to the material for as long as you're in the program. Basically, we don't kick people out. So you have 3 months to go through the program, and then we give you an additional 3 months at the end of it to, like, you know, life happens, you go on vacation, you fall a little bit behind. We give you actually 6 months to complete the whole program, which, you know, sometimes people want that, right? You don't want to start it and, like, maybe you're going on vacation or you don't want to start right away. That's okay. Yes, Abigail, it's first come, first serve. So whoever goes to the link, no, so it's 20, Lindsay, if you're a student, it's $3,000 full price. If you pay over 6 months, if you pay all at once, it's $2,200, and if you're a student, you get an additional $300 off of that. So it basically makes it $1,900. Karen, I don't understand your question. Do we have access to the 6-week program after 6 weeks? As long as that program is alive, yes, you'll have access to it. Is this one of the 6-week classes? I don't understand that. This is a totally different program. We talk about similar things. There's only so much I can talk about in 6 weeks. There's a lot more things. There's a lot more blocks. There's a lot more codes that you actually need that I have time to talk about in the Thrive program that I don't have time to discuss. And obviously, right? You have a lot more interaction, like all the bonuses that I was talking about, personal progress partner, having access to me. You have people in the community. You've got a Facebook group you can reach out to anytime, day or night. You can ask a question and one of the coaches will get back to you in 24 hours. Usually it's within a couple hours. So, I mean, there's a huge difference between having a 6-week program and like, this is an interactive school, right? There are weekly assignments. Yes, there's weekly things that you're going to be learning and doing every single week. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to repost the link again. There we go. Again, you guys, this is first come, first serve. I'm only taking 12 people. We're really hands-on in this course. Sally, who's the personal progress partner, she's actually here today. I didn't even tell her to be here. She was here yesterday and today, and Sally's lost like 70 or 80 pounds, I believe. I think she started working with me about 4 years ago. And she just loved this work so much that she kind of made herself a job. Like, I was not really in the space to be hiring anybody. And she just started working with the students. And she's been telling me what you guys need. What's the most successful thing that we can do for you guys to have success. So she's been trying these things on with all the students. And she's coming to me and saying, Brittany, this is what's making people successful. Sally's lost 91 pounds. She's there. This is what's making people successful. And so we're doing that. We're applying everything that we're learning. This is all Sally does every single day, day and night. All she does is she's in this with you. She's talking to you. She's helping you. You have access to her phone. You have access to her cell phone. If you have a problem, Sally will help you figure it out. And she loves it. It's not a job to her. She loves this. She gets paid. Of course I pay her, but this is what she loves to do. Maybe try a different browser. Heather, you're trying to apply, it will not accept your phone number. Maybe don't use a phone number. Huh. Heather, okay, if you send, let's see, put your email in here right now, and I'll have my tech staff send you a PayPal link, I guess. That would be the best way to do it. And I've got you, let's see, I will tell Heather Davidson, I will save a spot for you, Heather. Awesome. Number 1 sites. That's a cute email. Number 1 sites. I want to make sure I get this right, at gmail.com. Are you a student? Should we send you for 1900 or for 2200, Heather? Can you please send her a PayPal invoice for 1900? She's a student and one of the first 12. Okay, it might not happen tonight, but just so you know, I'm letting my support know. Okay. Jennifer, if this program is all you need to heal emotional trauma, then why do you promote taking a product called weight loss in a bottle, or you'll gain 10 pounds if you don't? That's more like hormonal. I know for me, it's connected to thyroid and metabolism. So it's not one stop solution. It doesn't fix all your problems. It will help speed up your thyroid and your metabolism, which most of us need. So I really love supplements, and I've been kind of biohacking my body for a really long time. And I found a few different supplements that I think are absolutely incredible. And so that's what we give you access to in that part of the free bonus. Let's see. Okay. I started payment, but it seems to be stuck at 75%. I don't know what that means, niece. What is stuck at 75%? Yeah, Heather, here I can give you, let's see. I'll give you my COO. Now, you guys, like I said, this is the first time we've run this program. So as you're seeing, there might be some tech challenges. If you're having a tech challenge, or if you're trying to sign up and it's not working, you can email this person right now and tell him you want to be one of the 12. He will bookmark your spot, and then we'll send you a PayPal invoice. We just got this page working last night. So if it also, if it's not working for some reason, then we'll fix it, and then we'll get it for you. Jen, I don't know. Is this one refund also with homework? I don't know what that means. What about additional coaching? You'll get access to that special offer once you're in the program. You'll get the ability to add one-on-one coaching, which is at my cost. I highly recommend you guys do this. It's not something, well, I've never offered it at that price before. Essentially, it's at our cost, and it's because I want you guys to be really successful. Yes, you sent in the homework. Absolutely. So if you go through the program and you spend 2 months going through the program and you ask us for a refund, I will ask you, have you completed your homework? I will ask you to share your homework with me. And if you do, you can get 100% of your money back, 100%. Yes. Leave it to those men to ask those good questions. The 6-week class is available. I don't have links to that right now. That's not what I'm focused on selling. So you'll probably have links to that in an email. Okay, and you said it went through. Awesome. Okay, Lindsay said, I'm not able to copy and paste the link. Can you just click the link? Here, I'll give it to you. Oops, that's another, I'll post it here again. It's okay, it's BrittanyWatkins.com/Thrive Special. If you want to type it into your browser, I'll put it right here. BrittanyWatkins.com, spell my name right, Brittany Watkins.com/Thrive Special. Love how many questions you guys have. Awesome. Looks like Jana just joined. Well done. Welcome. Oh, you have to type it in your browser. Oh, that's annoying. You can't just click from here. Thrive program. Well, our live monthly Q&A with you be directly with you. Yeah, it's directly with me. So I have calls with you guys. We keep these programs pretty small. Like I think maybe at max there's 50 people on when we do the calls. And we do them at different times so that everybody, it doesn't matter what country you're in, what time zone you're in, there is a call that is within a decent hour for you to come to. Let's see. So then the study buddy groups are with my one-on-one coaches. So you have small group coaching with them, and you have small group coaching with your members, with other members that are starting at the same time as you, right? So we're taking 12 because you guys are going to be a study buddy group. You're going to be a pod together. So that's why we don't do this all the time. So that'll be your tribe, your pod. Sally, who's your personal progress partner, she will introduce you to people. If she will tell you, hey, you know what? I think you need a buddy, or hey, this person's looking for a buddy. Let me connect you guys. It's one of her gifts. It's one of the things, it's one of the gifts of this program as well. So yeah, so, and also with the study buddy groups, if you're the type of person, you're like, I just want the information, I just want the material, I just want access to the one-on-one coach, you can do the program that way too. It's just that most people really like the group environment, the group dynamic. I think a lot of people are sick of just learning by themselves. It helps with that extra accountability. Also in the laser Q&A calls, I will give you guys challenges. So I started doing this, I don't know, maybe about a year ago, where some themes will come up, and I'll notice a theme with, like, you know, the majority of people or like half the people are struggling with the same thing. And what I'll do is I'll give you guys a customized prescription or a challenge to do for the next week or two, right? And you'll work on that one thing with a group of people. You guys you're not working on it actually together, but you're in a community, you're in like a text chat with these people. This is only if you want to join the challenge. Okay. So what we do is I say, okay, you're going to work on self-sabotage. This is what I want you to do for the next week, the next 2 weeks. And you'll have like 7 other people join you in that challenge. So what you do is you text everybody when you're done doing that thing that I told you to do, whatever it is. You're going to text everybody that you finished the thing. And then you come back on the next live Q&A call and you tell me about what happened. You tell me about your progress. And then we figure out the next thing for you to do. Shoot, iPad. I don't know. You know what? iPad 4, your name is coming up like that. If you get an error, then email Linus and have him save your spot. Shoot, I got to check and make sure we don't have more than 12 people right now, because there's a lot of y'all still on here. Okay, email him and Arrow 403. Okay, having problems using iPad. Thank you for telling me that. Tell Linus, maybe tell Linus that you want to join. Send the text right now. I'll tell him that anybody, that's sending the message right now at this time or within the next 15, 20 minutes, that you guys have first access to one of the 12 spots. I just posted his email. Hopefully you got that. Everybody, yep. Yes, Kathy, if you purchased the 6-week program a few months ago but didn't complete the work, you can still, absolutely, yeah, you can still use the student code. You just have to be a student. You just have to have purchased the program at some point from me. Okay, Lindsay, that's not a problem at all. Don't worry about it. You're going to have a lot of extra coaching. There's also another thing that I didn't tell you guys about, where we have coaches in training. It's not happening all the time, but when coaches in training when I'm looking for new coaches, which is as we grow, I need more coaches. So when they're going through the training, one of the things they have to do is they have to get a certain amount of hours with me. Well, we tell them to get their hours by working with the people in the program. So these people are coaches in training. They're not certified by me yet. But it can be really helpful if you just need somebody else there. They're practicing the material. Sometimes they're awesome. Sometimes they're just okay and they're learning. But you'll have access to that too. So, I mean, we have tried. I hope you can kind of understand. I don't tell you about everything in the program because there's so many different things. Sally's going to tell you, your personal progress partner, Sally, she's going to tell you about all these different options. When you talk to her, she's going to tell you what she thinks is going to be best for you, right? You're not going to want to work with your coach, go to the study buddy group, you're not going to want to do everything all at once, right? You're just going to pick a couple of things that are going to work for you, that are going to give you the most success, and you're going to do those things. Okay. No, the coaches in training are not the personal progress partner. Those are two separate things. Sheila, yes, if your credit card was accepted, that means you are one of the 12. Yes, welcome, Sheila. Bridget, oh, Heather went through. Yay, awesome. Bridget, right now I don't offer any one-on-one coaching. I'm focused on like the back-end systems and really making sure we reach as many people as we can, and we have the very best program to make you guys super successful. So I'm trying lots of different things right now, and I just don't have the bandwidth to do the one-on-one stuff. So the best way to get access to me is to join the program, and then you have access to me during those calls twice a month. And, we can talk one-on-one. You're in front of a group, of course. But I can give you coaching very quickly. Like how you saw me do today with Abigail and Leanne. So Sheila, you'll get an email with all the information. I think you have access to the first module like right away. But you'll start to get email access. Just save that email that comes from me, put it in its own special folder or something. The monthly charge, Marianne, that's the 6-week program isn't a monthly charge. We have something called the Tapping Circle. That's a monthly membership. And if you joined that, then you have access to group coaching with the coaches. And if you join this, then I would probably cancel that. Yeah. Darlene, we're done with the teachings for today. Yeah, the main part of the program was talking about the weight loss blockers and figuring out the custom prescription for Abigail and Leanne, and hoping that everybody else was getting some downloads and some insights about themselves and their lives and their blocks by that. Okay, Bridget says, I think my eating problems are over, but there are other aspects of my life I'd like to work on. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I'm really good at that. Bridget, if I do offer that, I'm definitely going to send my students a message about it first. And so if you're a student of mine, you'll get access to that. You don't have to cancel your 6-week program. You can keep that. I just gave you a credit towards the Thrive program. You don't have to cancel anything. The 6-week program, you're still going to have that. You know, that's a good question. If we can stop the 6-week program for people. Okay. Oh, good. Linus is online. He said he got 3 emails from people and he replied to them. Awesome. Heather, I think you figured yours out. He'll figure that out. Let's see. Can we stop 6-week program for people who join Thrive emails? So you'll still have access to the program, because you might want to go back to that. Yeah, so we just won't bombard you with all the program emails. Thanks for bringing that up. The program begins, I think when you join, you'll get access to the first modules, and it'll prompt you to make your login and password. Review costs again. Okay, so it's $3,000. I think you pay a $1,000 deposit and then $500 a month for 6 months. Or you can pay all up front, and I knock off $800 from your payment, making it $2,200. Or if you're a student, you get a $300 credit for what you paid for the 6-week program, and then it's $1,900. Also, if you want like really, really low payments, like $100 a month, you can click the Klarna link and you can join. I think it's pretty easy to get approved. These things were not easy to get approved, or the interest rate was just ridiculous. And Klarna's just offered this amazing program. The interest rates are super low, and they stretch your payment out for a really long time, making the payment super, super low. So if you really want to do this, and money, I know I saw a couple people like, I'm a student, I'm unemployed. You can, Klarna is Klarna. It's on the page. So when you go to the page, you'll see if you want to start Klarna, if you want to start $100 a month for as low as $100 a month, click that and go through the steps there. And yeah, if you get approved, which what I'm being told is a lot of people are getting approved, then your payments can be really, really low. Okay, awesome, Leanne. I'm so glad you're joining. Oh, that's great, Leanne. I'm so glad you're coming. I'm so, so happy. Sally's here. I'm so glad you're going to be joining us. And you're so perfect for this program. You're doing all the work. I can tell you came to all the sessions for the Tapathon, and you're really ready to dig deep and to dive in and heal this stuff. You're ready to put this behind you, which is really, really powerful. Okay, who else has questions? There's still 85 people here. Maybe some people have left their screen on, but if there's anybody else that has questions, Sally and I are both here. So Sally's in the chat responding to you guys. If you want to ask her anything directly, she went through this program 4 years ago and lost 91 pounds. I thought it was 80, 70 or 80, and she said 91. So if there's anything you want to ask her, you can go ahead and ask her. Or ask me, ask away. Lindsay, look, you guys are already making friends. Lindsay and Leanne, you guys can be buddies. I love it. It's a really fun part of the program. You girls are gonna really, really like that. We get a lot of really cool feedback from people saying that they really, really enjoy the community. So, you know, it's funny. I did a live Q&A call. Not a Q&A call. Sorry, my brain's almost dead. I did a live event in 2019, was it? How long is that? 5 years ago? I did a live event in 2019, and the guy that was, so we all went to this resort, this mountain resort, and one of the guys that was driving the SUV, he said, Brittany, I've been driving this SUV for events like this for 30 years, and I have never met a group of women that are so kind and so sweet. Like everybody, he's like, usually there's somebody that's a pain in the ass, and just nobody was. Like everybody was just really lovely and really kind to each other and just really embracing each other. And that gave me goosebumps. It still does when I think about it, because that just goes to show the kind of caliber of people that that sign up for this stuff. You know, we have a lot of kind humans. That's one of my highest values, is kindness. And you probably wouldn't know that by the way I speak sometimes, but it truly is. And being kind to people, no matter, you know, if you know them or not, if you're close to them or not. And it seems to be a common value for the students that work with me, that join the program too. So thanks, Brittany, for this 2-day workshop. I have to run. Okay, no worries. Thanks, Cindy. Thank you for what you do. Thanks, Dorita. Awesome. Sandra, I don't know. Let me ask, how many spots are left? Let me ask Linus. Confirmation came through at 444. Oh, I love it, Leanne. That's awesome. I have been getting so many 444s and 555s. Oh my gosh. Oh shit. We got a lot of people that signed up. Okay. Y'all, we got one spot left. we got one spot left. So I'm trying to sign up. I can't get in. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. If you can't get in and you haven't sent Linus here, I'm going to copy Linus's email in here. I'm going to, anybody that can't get in, because this is our problem. This is a tech problem. I will give an extra spot to you, even if we're out. If you can't get in and we've already sold out, I will make room for you. Sally's just going to have a lot of work on her hands. I didn't get a confirmation. Angel. Okay, Angel, tell me what your last name is. Let me ask Linus. I'm just on WhatsApp chat with him, so I don't know if I can get you a list of all the people that quickly. Linus, did you have Angela sign up? What's your last name, Angela? Oh, let me see. H-A-V-E, voila. Can you copy a list of the names? Oh yeah, he's got you, Angela. Of the names who joined. Where's the, oh, sorry, I copied and then I started texting. Here you go. Terry, there you go. Oh, thanks, Angel. I'm really excited to work with you too. Thank you, Brittany, for your guidance you've given us over the last 2 days, plus the 7-day challenge. Yeah, we have a replay. We'll send it out to you. You'll have 2 days to rewatch this if you want to rewatch it. Okay. Linus is probably like, I don't know if he'll be able to give me a list of the names, but I asked him if he can. Angela Havalawa. Congratulations, Angela. Yay. Let's see. Oh, Sally's saying yes. Sally, are you willing to take on some more students? I can do it. I love this. Okay, so Sally's willing to take on some more students. So I will talk to her after this. How do you get a discount if you're in the Think and Thin program? Claire, if you're a student of the 6-week program, you can type in student and you get the $300 discount that you paid for the 6-week program. You can apply it for this. Marianne says, question, Britt, I really don't have emotional eating. I self-sabotage by not eating. Will this help? Yeah, Marianne, that's a great question. So you use the same, I have 2 coaches that I know of, they're mostly in Europe, that they use my same techniques to help people with bulimia and anorexia. So I know that the techniques can be used. I wouldn't say that I'm an expert in that, but if you join and you come to the calls and you tell me what's going on, I've got a pretty good sense of what will help you in that moment. I don't know if you can tell, or maybe, I don't know, if you follow me for a while, you might be able to recognize that when I talk to somebody, I can kind of tap into their energy and I get more information than most people do about. One of my skills is that I can actually see the blocks that are going on for you. And I didn't know that I was doing this for the first 7 years I started in my business. And then one of my students, or one of my coaches, asked me, she's like, Brittany, how do you always know the exact perfect answer for everybody? And then I realized that when I'm able to hear your voice, I can tap into your energy field, and then I actually get symbols that come through to me. So while I'm not going to claim to be an expert on that particular thing, I do trust in my ability to be able to tap into your energy and channel information for you. Let's see, Jen, are you getting my emails? It's not, Jen, what's your last name? Okay, Linus is tight. Angela, Heather, Marianne, Vernon, Margaret, and others. That's the list that I have. I think he's very tired. Also, it's 2 in the morning for him. Okay, thank you. Here, let me send him a message. Thank you, Linus. I know it's really late for you. I'm sorry. I don't mean to make you do extra work. Somebody just asked if we could read the students. But anyway, he's anyway, yeah, off to bed. There are some people that can't join. I know one of them was having a problem joining from an iPad. So I checked in with Sally and she said that we can take a couple more students. I know that we hit our capacity, but I'll ask Sally after this how many more people she's willing to take. And then whoever sent you an email, I've guaranteed them a spot. So I'll work with them to make sure that this works and that that we have room and Sally has space for everybody. Okay, thanks. Okay, Bridget sent an email to Linus. Okay, awesome. Marianne, you've been following me for 10 years. What? Wow, you've seen different versions of me, haven't you? Have you been a student? Have you been a student of mine, or 6-week student? Thank you for this retreat and the 7-day challenge. I'm looking forward to starting the 6 weeks in the Think and Thin. Awesome. Okay, good. Well, I hope to get to know you more closely in the Thrive program if you choose to join us this round. Oh, you did? Oh, great. That's awesome, Marianne. Wow, you've been on my list for a long time. Or I guess maybe we messaged all the 6-week students too. So maybe you haven't been on my main list, but you've been in my 6-week student list, which I don't email you guys very often. Claire said I did it. Awesome. Awesome. Congratulations, Claire. Yeah, Linus is. What time is it for Linus? Hold on. Oh, it's only 9. It's not that bad. But, he gets up early and he starts work early. Okay. Awesome. There's still 56 of you. Who else has questions? Are you actually there? Do you have questions that I have not answered yet? Because I gotta pee, but I will stay on as long as you have questions. I will hold it. Joy, love to all. Thank you for assisting tonight. Thank you, Leanne. Thank you for being brave and sharing your progress. I can't wait to go more deeply with that and with you and help you move all of that stuff out of the way. Okay, don't worry. If you sent Linus an email, he's going to send you a PayPal request. So it might just not work from your iPad. Ellie said I made it into Thrive. Awesome. Awesome. Thanks, Melinda. Yay. We'll see you on the other side. I'll see you. I know I have a Q&A call tomorrow, so I'll have to see if we can invite you guys to that call or if it'll be in 2 weeks. So if it's not tomorrow, it'll be in 2 weeks from now. You'll get your first live call with me. Okay. Let's see. Oh, got a lot of work to do, Sally. All right. Anybody else have questions? Not now. Okay. All right. So you have lots of love to everybody. Thank you. Aw, thanks, Dorota. Thank you. So you have Linus's email. Again, if you want to join and if you're having a tech problem, you can send us an email and we will send you a PayPal request. We'll get you registered. We'll save you a spot. Sally is on board. I'll have to ask her how many more people she's willing to accept. And then we'll send you guys a follow-up email. We'll send you the replay of this. And then for those of you, if you're like kind of on the fence, if you're not really sure if you want to talk to somebody, you may still have time to get in. We'll give you 2 more days and I'll let you know how many more spots will open up after I talk to Sally. Okay, lots of love, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I gotta take care of business and go pee. Bye, everybody. Can't wait to see you soon. Big hug.